In fact, YouTube, which first debuted as a dating site, has been a big part of our lives since 23rd April 2005. It will be so that, according to 2019 data, 500 hours of video is uploaded to YouTube in 1 minute, and it will be that some videos that violate the community rules somehow pass through YouTube's algorithm. Despite this, it just stands on YouTube. What is behind these videos? Come on, let me tell you. Before moving on to the video, we are very close to being 1,000 subscribers. So please subscribe if you are not subscribed. If you like the video, throw a few likes and please state your opinions in the comments. Thanks. Do not search for this letter on YouTube, you have probably seen it, but let me give a brief summary for those who do not see and do not know. When you search for the letter U on YouTube, which is found in the Norwegian dance alphabets and the International Phonetic alphabet, you come across some very strange and beyond strange disturbing content, such as, for example, car accidents, animal abuse, pornography, shocking or nauseating violent media items, bloody atrocity items with explicit images, terrorism, and terrorism-related items that praise terrorism. In other words, items that violate YouTube's community rules that should definitely not be on YouTube. I wanted to experience it myself to see that these claims are not a myth. And during the time I searched for the letter O, I came across things like a man with half of his face torn to pieces, a woman shot in the forehead, a man hung from a tree by a cartel in Mexico, a corpse thrown into the water, images of torture, a dog whose head was severed, animals slaughtered with tests. In fact, these images did not bother me much because of the concept of my channel. But how is it that the documentary that I spent my days on, which absolutely does not praise the crime I spent my days on, and in which I described the Virgin Single Massacre in all its details, was removed from YouTube exactly 3 times, while these videos are not removed? Allegedly, all of these videos are Red Room images from the dark web, from those who claim that there is black magic in these images, to those who say that there are terrorist images. There are a lot of claims on Reddit, but these claims are fake. The truth of the matter is that YouTube's algorithm has a very complex and incomprehensible structure. But the only thing we know in this structure is that the algorithm prefers the alphabet, words and sentences in Unicode. If you don't know what it is, let me give a brief summary without confusing you. An industry standard that aims to ensure that all spelling systems in the world are represented under a single standard that assigns a number value to each character. That's why the YouTube algorithm has difficulty identifying a set of Unicode characters called a string, which are formed using letters such as O, and they can somehow escape YouTube's radar. But of course it doesn't end there. A very large proportion of the videos uploaded in this thread they're usually creepy cake content that's already on YouTube, cartel news from South America, or reversed, blacked out, or distorted versions of documentaries. It's just made to look too haunted and distorted. And when you upload them with weird titles or alphabets that people don't know, it gets out of hand and becomes weirdly scary. The really violent videos that I came across, which I said at the beginning of the video, YouTube's channel banning and video removal policy does not work as fast as you think. When YouTube removes videos, it first looks at the title, description, and tags. For example, videos containing sensitive topics such as death, brutality, blood, suicide in the title are mimed and examined, maybe removed within hours or so. But if you hide the title with different UNI codes, it is still removed, but it only stays on YouTube a little longer. What I have just described is not something very new on YouTube. It was a situation that happened before. For example, Elsa Deer 2017 was making children's animations under the name of children's content, which contained very serious violence, bloody, disgusting things, both making money and disrupting the psychology of young children, and did this for quite a long time. Since the videos usually contain titles and phrases suitable for classic children's content, the algorithm noticed this very late, but finally noticed it and took a measure against it. Returning to the letter O, in fact, this O conversation is not as serious as before. The content related to this letter was already on the foreign YouTube agenda before it became an agenda in the UK. It was really more serious. All the content I just mentioned really existed, but YouTube realized this, added a button to the search section to report search predictions, and strengthened its algorithm on this issue, albeit to some even more than before. Take care of yourself. Goodbye.